This is chapter this is chapter 7, section 3, problem 23. Test the claim that the mean amount of carbon monoxide in the air in U.S. cities is less than 2.32 parts per million. It was found that the mean amount of carbon monoxide in the air for the random sample of 63 cities was 2.38 parts per million, and the standard deviation is 2.11 parts per million. At the level of significance of 0.05, can the claim be supported? Complete parts A through E below. Assume the population is normally distributed. So here, identify the claim. So in this case here, the claim is the mean amount is less than 2.32 parts per million. So that's going to be the claim here, that it's less than 2.2 parts per million. And so the null hypothesis be equal, greater than or equal to 2.32 for our null hypothesis. Okay. And to give us some information here, degrees of freedom, we have 63 cities, degrees of freedom n minus 1, degrees of freedom is 62. In this case here, the claim is the alternative hypothesis. You can see that there. Find the critical value. So we can use StatCrunch here to find their critical value for 62 degrees of freedom, and the alpha is at 0.05. So you can go to StatCrunch. Stat calculators, and we'll hit T, degrees of freedom, 62. We go pointing to the left-hand side, and I add the significance here is 0.05. Tap on that, and it gives us our critical value z-score, which is a negative 1.669. And there's a critical value they put in rounded to 2 decimal places. And then they said, which graph shows the rejection region? So we can look at here at the table again. You can see it here. And there's the rejection region there. And there's the rejection region there. Okay. Find the test statistic. So we can find that test statistic. I did it here by hand, and there's the answer there. Or you can use StatCrunch to get it done. We go to Stat, T-Stats, one sample with summary. Sample mean is given to us. Sample standard deviation, 2.11. Sample size is 63. Set up the hypothesis test to perform. Okay, that looks right. Hit compute. Oh, there's a comma there instead of a period. Sorry about that. Let's try it now. So now we have our test statistic there, 0.2257, and I have 0.22391, and when they round it to 2 decimal places, they have 0.23. Okay. So when you compare these, you see that the test statistic, the actual sample fell is larger than the critical value. So it fell outside the region. In this case here, we failed to reject. There is not enough evidence at the 5% level is enough to support the claim. Mean amount for the CO2 is less than 2.32 parts per million. This is that problem here.